Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for joining me today. Just gonna get right down to it. This is gonna be a COMC rummage. Gonna hit the Wilson Certified Cheese Box, which has nothing but COMC pickups from over the years. We're gonna start with a soccer card and a guy who is having another great season in La Liga this time, Robert Lewandowski, pictured here on the Topps Chrome UEFA Champions League, some type of a pink wave refractor. Not numbered, but destined for my soccer card Z folio. I know very few of you out there care about the global game when it comes to the hobby, but I love soccer, and that's just a cool picture. I love that the design from the baseball release can be reused on the soccer sets from that year. Next up, we got a baseball card here, Rafi Devers, a Topps On-Demand 3D 2020. So this is his 2020 base card, but done in lenticular 3D format. This was a program that existed for a 5-year run between 2018 and 2022, and I am trying to complete the 5-year run for certain players. Devers is one of those, and that 2020 will go towards that end. Here's another baseball card, and this is kind of a cool one. This is an early career Albert Pujols card, a 2002 Topps Stadium Club. So this would be just a second-year Pujols. It's just the base card, nothing fancy. It is a fielding image, which is a little bit odd. Definitely think of him more as a slugger. But I like Stadium Club. I've always loved this release, and the price was right for a second-year Prince Albert. So scoop that one up for mere pocket change, honestly. Next up, we got an oversized card, and it is my favorite vintage set of all time, Sid Gordon of the Boston Braves. Really cool fact about 53 Topps. You can kind of see the transition of the Braves franchise from Boston to Milwaukee as the set moves forward. So this is a lower numbered card, being number 117. And as such, Sid Gordon is listed as being with the Boston Braves. Later in the release, you will find Milwaukee Braves cards in the higher number cards. But great shot there of smiling Sid. This is the only Sid Gordon card I would ever really need, and goes to towards my eventual kind of slow pursuit set build. I am, I think, over maybe 50-60% done on that one now, so maybe someday. Here's a really cool Sandy Koufax from Stadium Club Chrome. Check this one out from 2019. I love the image here. I'm thinking this is post-game, maybe when he hit the 200 strikeouts milestone or something like that. Not really sure, but great card. Love the photograph. This was, again, dirt cheap. It does have a nice chrome finish to it. It's a little bit tough to tell in the light here, but as photographs go, you'd be hard-pressed to find a cooler Sandy Koufax than that. And again, these are cheap cards. You know, the stuff in this box, most of the time I paid well under $1 for it. Here's another example of that. Just a fun, unlicensed insert. Unleashed from Donruss with these wild African animals in the background. Just a strange motif, but I like the shine. I like the kind of illustrated nature of this card. And again, for a couple quarters, this will look nice in the Juan Soto and Rafi Devers Z folio that I have going on. On a baseball hot streak here. It's been almost all baseball since that first soccer card. This one is sneaky cool. This is a refractor, 21st Century Topps refractor from the 2000 Topps Chrome release, featuring Vlad Guerrero. Check out the shine on this. I mean, this is back when they did etching, and these just look incredible. I mean, this card, it's a little bit tough to tell with the light in here, but this card absolutely pops. Love that Vlad. Love the bright, bold, obnoxious colors in the background. That just looks fantastic and very appropriate next to that loud pink soccer card that we started with. We're going to transition over to hockey for just one card here. This is the Spectrum parallel from Metal Universe back in 2021 of the Alex Ovechkin. I love the theme here. Love the shine. Look at that space effect in the background, the galaxies and planets back there. Really harkens back to those Metal Universe cards from the 90s. Love the alternate Capitals jersey here on Ovechkin. And he's having another great season. He looks almost guaranteed, I hate to say it out loud, to surpass Wayne Gretzky here for the career goal record, which was thought to be untouchable when I was a kid. But yeah, that's a card that you can find for probably 30, 40 cents right now today on COMC if you're interested in that one. Another oversized card here, and this is Curt Roberts with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, at the risk of sounding like an idiot here, I may get this wrong. I want to say that he might be a bridge player who began his career in the Negro Leagues, but not entirely sure about that. I could have that wrong, but either way, cool 55 Topps card here. Just like the 53 that we saw earlier, this is a set that I've kind of been kidding myself that I'm going to complete someday, largely because I used to pick up commons like this for just $1 or so on COMC over the years. And this is a clean copy. There's no wrinkles or hole punches or folds or missing paper or pen marks or anything like that. It's definitely not a PSA 7, but it looks great to me, and that's kind of how I've approached the 55 Topps release. So let's go all the way to the left portion here. And here's a cool shiny baseball card. Luis Aparicio. This is from the Archives Reserve set. And I think this is just a base card. They all looked like this, but just killer refractive technology. These were early 2000s. I think this might be a 2001 card. But yeah, they don't make the shine like this very often any longer. And this is honestly probably not one I would buy today, and this might go into my giveaway pile or giveaway stack, but cool card nonetheless. And here's a shiny one from the hockey front. And this is a player who we've seen in action for Team Canada during the current Four Nations tournament that's been going on. This is a Brad Marchand, known as kind of the Rat, affectionately a speckled rainbow foil parallel. He's a player who kind of plays right on that fine line between highly skilled and inappropriate at times. He's known for having licked other players' faces or slew foot players, just kind of plays on that line, but a very, very talented player. I love this parallel. I love that sparkle in the background. And again, like all of these cards, a very cheap pickup. Here's a cool one, Mariano Rivera. I think I mispronounced his first name there, but love this. Topps Chrome from 2012. This is the purple refractor, and I'm trying to actually complete this whole set in purple refractor format. I somewhat regret going down that road. So what happened is I finished the 2011 Topps Chrome set in atomic refractor format. I have the whole entire thing, all 220 cards in a binder. And when I completed that, I was like, yeah, let me pursue something in the following year's set in 2012. So I chose these purples, found a big starter lot of them on eBay for pennies per card, got them into a purple Z folio, which I have affectionately dubbed Grimace. But the project has kind of stalled out. So I'm glad to see the only unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer spill out of this box. This will be a solid addition to that Z folio after today's episode concludes. Here's another of those 3D cards. We saw the 2020 Devers lenticular, and here is the 2019 Albert Pujols. Second card of Albert in today's rummage, and he's a player just like Devers, where I'm trying to complete his entire 5-year run in these 3D parallels. Just really, really dig these. They're like modern versions of the Kellogg's cards that a lot of us enjoy from the 70s. Nice to see some Pujols representation overall in today's video. And here's kind of a big one. Did not expect this to come out of there. How about a 55 Monty Irvin? And again, this is similar in condition to the Roberts that we looked at a few cards back, the Curt Roberts. But I love this New York Giants Monty Irvin. Look at the swing. Look at the smile. The color on this card. Of course, one of the more infamous bridge players who began his career in the Negro Leagues, migrated over to Major League Baseball. This is one that I like enough that I might try to find an even nicer looking graded copy of someday. But for now, this was had during a sale on COMC. Got a real steal on this. Like, I'm talking under $5 when I picked up this card. It's in really great shape. Nice bright back. Card number 100. Monford Merrill Irvin. Love it. That is a fantastic card. I probably should call it on that one today because I don't think we're going to pull anything nicer than that. I can't imagine there's too many cards better than that in the cheese box period, but let's dig for another minute here. And we've seen a 53 and a 55, so why not a 56 as well? Bill White for the Baltimore Orioles. And I'm not pursuing the 56 set right now just because you have to draw the line somewhere, and I'd like to actually finish some of these projects someday. But at the same time, if I run across one of these that looks this good for really cheap, it's kind of hard to say no, or at least it was back in the day. I have not looked for or purchased any of these commons like this in quite some time. Some of these cards have been in the cheese box, waiting to be pulled for ages. Here's another fun one. Our second Lewandowski. Shout out to my buddy Peeps. I know he'll appreciate these. This is the Topps Chrome UEFA Sapphire. Great shot there. We're going to replace the pink one with the sapphire there in the background. And let's do at least one or two more cards. Here's another 3D. This is kind of a theme for today. From the first 3D release back in 2018, Max Scherzer. So we've seen now a 2018 with Scherzer, a 2019 with Pujols, and a 2020 with Devers. No surprise to see quite a few of these popping out of the box. I picked up many of them over the years. You can really see the 3D effect with the way that his arm flexes and moves there. Just a really neat concept. I wish Topps would have kept up with those, but not everything can last forever. Here's a Luka Modric. This one's going right to the Soccer Z as well. Player who I gained a tremendous amount of respect for watching the 2018 World Cup, and occasionally have grabbed some cheap, low-hanging fruit shiny cards of his ever since. And then here's a great hockey card, also from Metal Universe, just like the Ovechkin that we saw. This is the Planet Metal insert of Connor McDavid, who in my estimation is the best player on ice and has been for a number of years now. So I do occasionally add new McDavid to my collection when it makes sense. And this is one that was just hard to turn down. I love that throwback feel and that incredible shine. And we'll close it out here with a top-loaded card. I'm actually going to take this out of the top loader. And the second 1953 card in today's video, Gil Cohn of the Washington Senators. Love that Senators logo with the Capitol building there. Just beyond cool. Really bright, vibrant card. It's got a little touch of an issue down in the corner here, but this is the condition that most of my 53 tops are in. And it is a set that I would love to finish someday, despite those pesky high numbers. I've been a fan of it ever since I was introduced with those Archives cards back in 1991, and never looked back. So there you go. That's a wrap on today's rummage. We actually had some good vintage baseball mixed in, some modern shine, a little bit of hockey, some 3D cards, just a sign of my shotgun focus when I'm browsing around on COMC. Really appreciate you tuning in for this one. I'll be back soon, as you know. And in the meantime, just enjoy the hobby, everybody. Take care.